So steering wheel hooked up, horn works. And I'm having so much fun with this thing. This thing's a rip. Come on, supercharger. K-Truck madness. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. You can really, you feel it feed. You feel the boost. Hills, no prob. Like, I'm not even dropping a gear and I'm not even like working it. The smallest bit of throttle and it just sails you up. Just right up the hill. So funny. It's an impressive little thing. It really is. Nice. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Sambar Speedo not working. We've got everything else working pretty much. All the dashes on the lights, the fuel tank, the fuel sender's working, the heat, the water temperature. Very important. So if this doesn't work for some reason and I can't get it working for whatever reason, if it's a sensor inside of the gearbox, it is what it is then. So it's really not going to be an issue. We're going to get like a little GPS, speedometer, and we'll be set. But for now, we're going to take this cluster apart real quick. Get one of these good Japanese bits going from this Japanese precision toolkit that I got, which is the best thing to take these some of these special Japanese nuts and bolts off with. Two right here. Let me show you what I'm using too. This might help you. This really helps. This is a PH2 CRV. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone for Phillips head, but they work. And these shouldn't be in there. These shouldn't be in there tight. The 4 black ones here are for the shroud here. Shroud comes off. 2 little guys up in here. Those aside. These are some smaller ones. As you can see, that these 2 next ones, I've taken this apart already. These are going to be the larger ones, the larger sized screws for the bottom. And then once we get into this cluster here, you're gonna have to do some serious contortion work. It's not that hard if you've already done it, but if you haven't, So you pull these two little tabs down, and you can see this whole cluster will come out, but there's two electrical connections, and then there's the speedo connection. So we're just gonna get out. We can even take this off. You can see it a little better through here. So you can take your hand, right? You're gonna snake it up through in here, and that's gonna allow you to get into the back to take some of those electrical connections off. And if you can get it up in here like so, and start to feel around back there. So it's really all a feel thing. You know, if you want, you might be able to unloosen these two right here, which is for the reservoir, and you might be able to just lower this reservoir and snake some like needle nose pliers back there and start really like just getting at some of those top connections. You're gonna see that there was one main connection. Let's get the good light on, right in back of there with the pins on it. Hopefully I can get a good shot of that real just, and then you got the speedo one. It's back there. I'm trying to get a good shot with the light. And then next in there, you have this one more connection that's in the back there. Here it is in all of its glory, the Sambar gauge cluster. A little dirty, a little worse for wear, but we're still rolling with it. So right here we have some of these ground connections, which are some of these bolts attached to these Denso like circuit boards. Here is the speedometer section of it. Just make sure all these are tight and grounded correctly. Also check that all the soldering points are right, and you can tweak some of these bulbs and make sure they're tight in there as well while it's out. Why not? So on the transmission, right on the left side, if you were sitting in it, right under the airbox, 17 millimeter, it's plastic, so be careful. This takes off your speedometer cable. We're gonna go inside here, take a deep dive, check it out. Add a little rubber separation, not an issue, but we're looking for this tab. That tab needs to spin freely and ride in this little casing where it notches into this point on the transmission. Today, we're actually going to remove that little housing you just saw. We're going to go inside there and see if there's any type of gear that's messed up. I believe there is. Safety first. I usually don't do this, but there are two splash shields that you're supposed to have over the motor, but because we're in shakedown mode, I want to be able to access the motor right away if there's something that happens on the side of the road. I don't want to have to take covers off. So for right now, the dump bed is my engine cover. Back to the cable. This is that housing that you took the cable out of. There's three 10 millimeters that hold it in. And be careful because there might be some fluid. I drained my transmission fluid out, and while I was doing the change, I was going to do this. Now this shows you how easy this spins. All those plastic teeth have been sheared off. Back at the transmission, it's apparent why those gears got sheared off. This is a complete metal gear that sticks out of the transmission itself. JPCarparts.com. There's many sites out there like this, but I specifically like this one. It really gets into your specific model of Sambar, and it lets you choose from the exploded views, and we're going to try and order this little ring gear 32714. So I hope that helps everybody out. That is what's going on with your speedometer. Inside your speedometer is the circuit that senses that rotation and rotates a little barb inside of the transmission, which makes your speedometer cable rotate. It's as simple as that. There's nothing really ridiculously trick going on about it. So fix those things and your speedometer should work.
So I will get back to everyone once this part comes in from Japan. We'll put it in. We'll see what's going on. For now, I just wanted to show you the parts that are involved. That should be it. So stay tuned, everyone. We're going to be doing some other fun things with the Sambar. And we will see you soon, everyone. SVTWRC. Bye-bye.